Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to learn how to set up Firebase in your Android application. So even before working with Firebase, there are a few things which you need to do in order to set up Firebase which works with your application. So for this section we will be creating a new Android Studio project, and let's name this project as New Fire Application. And then click next. Select the API level to be 15, click next. Select an empty activity and let your name of your main activity be main activity. Hit finish and the project is going to load up for you. So the next thing which you need to do is that you do need to log in into your Google account. So Firebase is actually owned by Google. It used to be a separate entity before, but I guess later on Google actually bought Firebase, and now Firebase belongs to Google. So you do need to have a Google ID in order to access Firebase. So once you're logged in into your Google ID, what you could do is that you could go to this URL, which is firebase.google.com, and after this what you need to do is that you need to go to console. And once you go to console, sometimes it actually takes a while for the console to load up. So as you could see, once you go into your console, you might not have these applications because I have used Firebase previously as well. So these are some sample applications which I have created and tested. So the new project or the new Android Studio project which you have created right now is going to be created over there as well. So in Android Studio, what you need to do is that you need to click this icon, and you need to make sure that you have logged in into Android Studio with the same account we have used over there in the Firebase console. So once the account is linked up, what you could do is that you could go to tools, and you have an option here which says Firebase. So simply click that option. And after this, as you could see, there are a bunch of options over here. So the first one is analytics, then you have cloud messaging, you have authentication, you have real-time databases, storage, remote config, and so on and so forth. So these are actually multiple things or features which Firebase actually provides you with, but for the moment we are interested in the real-time databases. So simply click on that, and here you could see an option which says save and retrieve data. So the first thing which you need to do is that you need to connect your app to Firebase. So you need to click this button right here, and this is actually an automated process. Earlier this used to be a manual process wherein you have to copy some code from there and paste it in your application, but later Firebase and Android Studio added this functionality wherein you could just click a button and connect your project to Firebase. So here we will select the create new Firebase project, and you will actually go ahead and name it as new Fire application, which is nothing but the name of your application itself, and click connect to Firebase. And it's actually going to take a while for your Android application to get connected with Firebase. So it's actually going to take a while, and once it is done, we will move on to the next step, which is to add the real-time database to our application. Okay, so I guess Firebase is actually connected, and to confirm, what you could simply do is that you could refresh this page, and this page should now have your new project, which is a new Fire application. So if you scroll down a little bit here, as you could see, now we have a new Fire application as new app added to Firebase console. Now if you simply open this thing up, as you could see, there are a bunch of options over here. So this actually gives you the crash reports as well as the other features such as in-app purchases for your app, and it also gives you statistics like the monthly active users for your app and the users impacted by crashes. So if you have a look over here, there are a bunch of options, which is authentication, database, storage, hosting, functions, test lab, and crash reporting. And we are actually going to go ahead and learn about these features in a detailed manner in the upcoming lectures. But for now, what we will do is that we will focus on connecting this app to the Firebase. So the next step in the connection process is that you have to add the real-time database to your app. So you simply need to click this, and what this actually does is that it adds a few dependencies to your application. So you could either manually add those, or you could simply click on accept changes, and that's actually going to add the dependencies required for your app to get connected with the Firebase database. So once that thing is done, you're almost good to go. So as you could see now, the step 2 is completed and we have successfully connected our application with Firebase database. Now in the next lecture, we will move on to the third step, which is to basically go ahead and configure the Firebase database rules. And also what we will do is that we will discuss about these things as well. That is what is the authentication, what is database, how to store the things in database, what is hosting, and all those kinds of things. So that's it for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.